In this video, I will be talking about my least favorite TV shows of 2022. So I watched a decent amount of TV shows this year, and as always, there's going to be some that, are not as good as the others. There's going to be some that are lacking. I'm not going to love everyone. So I'm going to go through the TV shows that I did not love this year. And I believe there are 5 on this list. So pretty small, thank goodness. But I'll go through each one and kind of let you know what I liked or what I actually didn't like about them. And again, I just want to say these are my opinions. This is how I felt watching these TV shows. And if you love these TV shows I'm about to mention, maybe this is not the video for you. You can skip that show and go into the next, or maybe not watch. It's up to you. But I'm just going to be talking about what I didn't love about these TV shows. Okay, so the first show we're going to talk about is Love Life. It was okay. It was okay. I didn't really enjoy watching it that much. I don't even remember what I rated it in my video when I reviewed it, but it was okay. It was a decent love story, but it wasn't what I was expecting. It wasn't really the romance I wanted. Yeah, it was all right. And then second season, I didn't really love the main character, the main guy that was looking for love at all. I felt like everything was, his fault, and maybe that was the point of his character, not supposed to be a likable character. Not 100% sure, because I didn't like him. But yeah, Love Life was not my favorite. It was okay. I don't know if I would recommend this to people. Maybe people who don't like romance watch this, but I didn't really love this show. It had 2 seasons. I liked the first season better than the second season. I didn't love how some of things panned out, like the storytelling. I guess, okay, so for season 1, I didn't love how I feel like it wrapped up very quickly and rushed the ending when I wish the last person, the last love interest they had more time with. I would have enjoyed seeing that love and that relationship grow more. Instead, I felt like it wasn't given an equal opportunity as the other ones. In the second season, I just really didn't like the main character, but there are certain things that happened in the second season that I don't like at all. So I think that's the main reason I didn't like this show. So yeah, I've talked enough about this one. I didn't like Love Life. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is Falling Into Your Smile, and I believe I watched this on Netflix. And when I say I hated this show, I absolutely hated it. And I ended up finishing it, but I literally hated watching it. I wrote a blog post on it. I didn't do a video on this one, but I was liking it a little bit when I started, but shortly after, I did not enjoy this. And it was mostly because of the relationship, I have to say. Another reason was because how long it was. I've seen Chinese dramas before, and I do know that they can be a little slower. This was extremely slow, and I guess I forgot how slow they could be, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's literally dragging so much. It was agony watching this. But what made it even worse and more miserable to watch was that I had to watch this relationship with these 2 main characters that I absolutely hated. I could see how the girl might have liked him a little bit. But then I was like, I just didn't like the way he talked to her sometimes. It seemed like belittling to me. I didn't enjoy it. Sometimes condescending. But it's literally when a boy pulls your hair, that means he likes you. Something like that. And as it went on, I guess near the very end, he did show feel, but it was just sometimes he would mess with her. Sometimes he was nice. And I was like, I just need something consistent. And I just didn't like the relationship that was happening. Didn't like that show. Would not recommend it. If you want a gaming show that has a better romance, in my opinion, go check out Love 020. Yeah, Love 020. There's a movie and a TV show version. I like both of them way better than this TV show. I just, no, did not like it. Will not watch it again. Okay, next show I'll be talking about is 1% of Something. This show is just boring. I watched this on Viki. I was really interested because it had a fake relationship in it, and they had to fake pretend because this guy needed inheritance from his grandfather, so they pretended to be dating. And it was okay. and that was it. It was okay. But then as it kept going on, it was just like I did not want to. I was just so bored watching it. It was like, I don't know. I was just bored. I didn't really care that much about the show anymore. Overall, it was cute. I got interested because of the fake dating, but as it went on, it just did not capture my interest anymore. Like, it was just fine. There wasn't, in my opinion, nothing too special about it. And they did capture my interest in the beginning, and then I was just like, okay, I'm done. Like, I really don't have too much to say about this because I was just bored watching it. It was just like, okay, when is this gonna finish? And I thought like maybe if I watch more episodes or try to get back into it, maybe I'll like it again. But I was just, I don't know, bored. Like it was just okay. There was nothing special about it, and I think that's why it's on my least favorite. Because I had other shows that were okay that are not my least favorite. But this was just boring, and I don't think I would recommend this to anyone. Because yeah, it was okay. Like if you want a fake relationship TV show, there are many others out there that have that. Like what Business Proposal, great, is a great option for like a fake relationship type of TV show. That is way better than this. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is The Flight Attendant on Hulu. And when I say this was a hot mess of a show, y'all, it was a hot mess. I've done a blog post on it. I haven't done a video review on this, and I do want to, but we'll see if I ever get to that. But I strongly disliked, like, I did not like watching this show. I think maybe the first episode I liked, but after that, it really went downhill very quickly. And I was just, and I watched both seasons, and I was like, why? But both seasons were on Hulu, and I was like, okay, maybe the second season will be better. No, it was not. I hated both seasons. It was on the main character. Hot mess. Hot mess. Literally what was getting me through the show was, I believe Annie and Max, the couple, I think that's their name, was watching just for them. I wanted to see them and then just like them working together, and then literally just their storyline I wanted to see. I didn't even care about the main character. She was just getting my nerves. And then there was a part I was like, oh, maybe if they did this with the character, like, oh, I can see that. That'd be really cool. And I was hoping they would go on a certain direction, and they didn't go that direction. And the direction they went in was okay, but I was just like, oh, this is boring. And then there's this one character, don't even remember her name, but her coworker, they follow her storyline. It was kind of interesting in the first season, like, okay, but then they followed her even more in the second season, and I was like, this is boring. I don't care about her coworker's storyline at all. Like, at all. I barely care about this main character storyline. Why are we adding this woman that I don't even care about? Give me more Annie and Max, because they're the only two interesting people in this TV show. I saw trailers and it looked so good, and I was just so disappointed in what I saw. And it got a season 2, so I don't really know how it got a season 2. Like maybe, okay, like season 1 was like, I just did not like it. But I was like, okay, maybe it better. Maybe people like season 1. That's what I'm assuming why I got a season 2. I just didn't like it, and it's mostly because of the main character. She was just like so annoying, and I couldn't even. Okay, and the last show I'm going to talk about is On My Block. I love On My Block, right? But this last season, it was terrible. I am so sorry. But like, it was not good. I was like, who did the last season? Because it could not have been the same people who did the previous 3 seasons, because those were amazing. I loved those. They were funny. They were good. I enjoyed them, which is why I came back to see the last and final season of On My Block. I was excited to see what happens, see how they tied everything up in a little bow to send us off for the fans. And when I watched that season, I was like, no, I was highly disappointed. I was like, this is what you're giving the fans for the last season of On My Block? Like, seriously? I just can't. Honestly, I don't even remember what happens in half of it, but I was just so annoyed. It was just not good. One thing that really bothered me was the little Ricky storyline in season 4. I just thought it would be more dramatic, and like how they found him, or I don't. Maybe it wasn't where I thought it would go. I thought it'd be more more dramatic. And I know this is a comedy, but I thought they would lean in more to the dramatic comedy of it, like finding little Ricky and all this stuff. But it wasn't. Like, honestly, I don't even remember that much of season 4. Maybe because I'm just blocking it out because of how bad I thought it was. But it just was not a good season. I was very disappointed. I really loved watching these characters for the first 3 seasons, and then seeing all the. And I know maybe it was because the jump ahead. I honestly don't know. It was just not good, and I was just really disappointed on how they did this last season. Okay, so those are my least favorite TV shows that I watched this year. Honestly, most of them, I feel like I expected one thing and I got something completely different. And that's why I didn't like them because I guess my expectations. And some of them were just bad, I feel. Some of them were just not good. But maybe it's me. Maybe I expected too much of these shows and they let me down. That could be the reason. But yeah, these are your favorite shows. I'm sorry. I just didn't like them. I couldn't get into them. You can try and change my mind, but I will not rewatch them at all. I will not go back to them if any of them had another. Okay, On My Block. If On My Block had another season, I would definitely watch it and try and give it another chance. But if any of these other shows had another season, no. Like, no, I'm done. I can't. Like, I could not. But okay, those are my least favorite TV shows of the year. If you're interested, you can go back to last year and see what my least favorite TV shows of that year was. I will also I can link the reviews and blog posts I put for these shows if you want to see my thoughts and feelings and more in depth about how I felt about these. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your season, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of Vlogmas and the rest of these Christmas videos. And until next time, bye.